What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of the Nerd Talk podcast, which we call Nerd Talk Review, in which we review stuff.
In this episode, in particular, we are reviewing
This friggin' beauty.
because it hasn't been done before.
Yeah, by anybody at all on YouTube.
So, if you haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy, basically, it's about Guardians of the Galaxy.
And if you don't know who they are, you join like the top 90% of people because nobody knew who they were when this movie came out. Guardians of the real quick history because I'm a comic book geek. The Guardians of the Galaxy is a very underrated comic. Nobody really knew what it was.
Until now.
Until now. But only die-hard comic book fans would know the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the team that's featured in this movie, Groot, Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket, and Drax, they weren't even the original Guardians.
Really?
In fact, the main plot of the Guardians of the Galaxy of the comic books was vastly different than the movie. It took place in the 31st century, and they were a different kind of group. But now the movie is based off of characters actually from Marvel. There was a kind of, I don't know if it's like a reboot or a remake, or it was like a reformation of the team where the current Guardians of the Galaxy was the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was pretty. It's pretty current. Guardians of the Galaxy. It's freaking awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and people are going to think I'm crazy for this, but when the Avengers came out, it was the best movie I had ever seen. One of the funniest. It was very comedic. It was awesome, and that's what Guardians of the Galaxy is. It's got plenty of action, but it's got an even balance between action and comedy.
Oh yeah, dude. I got the movie for Christmas, and I watched it Christmas Day for the first time. It was the first time I ever saw Guardians of the Galaxy. I laughed my freaking butt off.
I watched it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I've watched it like. Actually, I've seen it twice now. I watched it not too long ago again. But this movie, people often claim that the Avengers was the best superhero movie ever made, and then they say Captain America: Winter Soldier was the best superhero movie ever made. But I think Guardians of the Galaxy trumps Marvel, all of their movies. And the thing with Marvel is their movies get better with every one that comes out.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing that Marvel has going for them. They have incredible writers. They have incredible actors. They have incredible effects. And that's where they kind of trump DC. Sure, DC put out the Batman reboots that were amazing. Don't get me wrong, those are by far incredible. But how many really good DC movies has...
I can only argue that there's only been one really good DC movie, and that's just The Dark Knight itself.
Right.
Like Man of Steel, it was good, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't put it on par with great.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it was... And I don't like Superman to begin with. Like, I don't like him. And even for a Superman movie, I was disappointed in it. Right. It was just kind of bad. But we're not talking about Superman, so...
Right. On that topic, though, while DC hasn't been able to put out that many good superhero movies, they've certainly done pretty well on TV.
Yeah. Marvel dominates the theaters. DC dominates TV.
The ratings. The TV.
Yeah. Gotham, friggin' awesome. Arrow, pretty good.
See, they have Gotham, Arrow, Flash.
And Constantine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's another one of those. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Nah, neither have I. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Guardians of the freaking Galaxy.
What I like about Guardians of the Galaxy is I call it Avengers meets Star Wars.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Because that's what I felt like it was when I first saw it. It was awesome. It was the Avengers and Star Wars. Which makes me even happier, because if Disney can pull this off with Guardians of the Galaxy...
What are they going to do with Star Wars?
What's The Force Awakens going to be like? Friggin' awesome, that's what...
Well, to be quite honest, though, my thought is, why was the Force asleep?
And yet, I can't make pee jokes.
God dang it, Alex. We went over this in the we went over this, alright.
Anyway,
but you people haven't seen that yet.
If you've, I think you probably read my status when I first saw not Captain America, oh my god. When I first saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I said that this movie has everything I could ever want in any movie ever. Action, explosions, Chris Pratt, humor, superheroes, a talking raccoon, Chris Pratt. I mean, come on, guys.
And I honestly was kind of sad when Groot died. Spoilers.
Everyone knows that by now.
Yeah.
We're the last ones on the bandwagon, fans. We're the last ones to see this movie. It's all good. Everyone knows.
Well, not everyone, Alex. You never know.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
if they're watching a review of a movie, they should know that we're gonna spoil it. So I mean, that's their own problem.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Yes, we will. I will be discussing the plot in some detail in probably a second. So yes, there will be spoilers. Anyway.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Spoilers! We got spoilers! No one cares.
I see what you did there.
Yes!
Yeah.
He sees it. He caught it. For those of you who don't know, Jurassic Park. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. Guardian. The plot was pretty cool though. I liked what they were doing with it, with the Infinity Stones.
It was the Space Gem.
Yeah, the Infinity. That was an Infinity Stone.
Right.
That had in the
To
capsule.
be specific, it was the Space Gem.
Yeah.
Which has the ability to warp reality, basically.
Which it's cool, and I don't know. And when they're visiting the collector to try to pawn it off, they show all the stones that are in that you can possibly find, and the Tesseract was one of them.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You didn't catch that? They had the holographic projection that when he was telling the story of the stones, and Groot walks up to something, he touches one of the holograms, and it's the Tesseract, and his hand kind of passes through it a little bit. That was the cosmic cube from the Avengers.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But here's the thing that's going to happen. While Guardians of the Galaxy is by far my favorite and probably one of the greatest superhero movies right now, Avengers 2: Age of Ultron is going to come out, and people are going to be saying that that's the best one. And,
I know for a fact I'll be doing that. I'll see Age of Ultron and be like, holy crap, that's the best movie ever. But Guardians of the Galaxy, still pretty cool.
What was here's my question for you. What was your favorite part?
That's a good question.
I know what mine is.
Because the entire movie was my favorite part. But if I had to pick an absolute favorite part, it's the beginning. Well, not the very beginning, but with the part where he's on that planet and he puts on his headphones and he plays that song and the title flashes up and he's walking around the planet singing that song, picking up space rats and singing into them, and it's kind of because that's when you first kind of meet you see him as a kid in the beginning, but it's when you first meet Star-Lord.
That was pretty cool.
I was like, this guy is my favorite guy. That's the part where I realized Star-Lord is my favorite person ever.
This was my favorite part. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea how this machine worked.
Or the part where on the ship, they got my dick message. The whole movie was just full. Or I can't just stop naming parts because the whole movie was just great.
Yeah,
I need that guy's prosthetic arm or prosthetic leg.
Here's your leg. Why'd you need his leg? Oh, I was just joking.
I didn't think you'd actually do it.
Also, I need that guy's eye.
You're not getting his eye. No, it's very important to me that I get his eye.
No, we don't need the eye. The entire movie is just, to sum it all up, is Chris Pratt, talking raccoon, way too literal bodybuilder.
Because people are too literal. They don't understand metaphors. That goes over their heads. Nothing goes over my head. I really, my reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
Yeah.
So great. So great.
But let's see. We have way too literal. Let's see. There's Chris Pratt, talking raccoon, talking tree. That actually says 5 words. It says 5 words.
No, it says 4 words.
I am Groot. I am Groot. We are Groot. But he says, so.
That's 4 words because you've got
I am Groot. We.
So
That's 3.
Okay. Oh.
We are.
I forgot about present and past tense. Shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Nozar.
I am tired. You leave me alone.
Alex Nozar, everybody.
Anyway, if you want a fun ride of a movie, this is it. I've talked to people who don't like comic books, who like aren't like big into it, but they've loved Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So that's just telling you how good this, and not to mention the freaking awesome soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack is the best thing ever. It's got a bunch of classics. Like, it actually has a bunch of classics from the 70s and 80s.
Well, it's just 70s. It's all just 70s music.
Just 70s music? All right.
Yep. And that's you can actually download. You can download it on iTunes, and you can actually buy the cassette. And if you don't know what it's called the Awesome Mix Volume 1. And it's the character Star-Lord, the main character, listens to it a lot. It's part of his childhood, and it's what keeps him kind of connected to Earth. And I downloaded it on iTunes, and I listen to it every day. It's my favorite soundtrack to any movie ever. It's just freaking awesome.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mix 1. Spotify.
Yep, you can get it on Spotify if you don't want to pay for it. I think the one on Spotify actually includes a couple tracks from the some of the score from the movie. Yeah, that's the one I downloaded. I'm pretty sure it should say like on the artist, if you see the name Tyler Bates, does that show up anywhere?
What is it?
Hang on, let me let me look it up because
Tyler Bates. It's right here.
That's not it does include songs from the actual movie. Come on, the playlist. There we go. Guardians of the Galaxy. Also
wow,
does.
my frame rate dropped like a rock.
Yeah, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 9 songs of the album are just score from the movie.
Right.
But everything else is
Seriously,
the playlist.
Hold on. Why is my frame rate at 1 frame a second?
I don't know. I'm not an expert at your computer.
Stupid. So overall, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10.
I give it a 20 out of 10.
I only give it a 9 out of 10 because nothing could have a perfect 10, even though I really want to give it a perfect 10 because this movie... Here's the thing. On my scale, this movie gets a 15 out of 10, but on a realistic scale, it gets a 9.5. 9.9 out of 10. There. 9.9
yes,
out of 10.
Okay, if I was a professional movie critic, I would rate this movie 9 out of 10. Me, personally, holy crap, this is the best movie I've ever witnessed, and believe me, I've seen a lot of good movies in my day. This one is the best. 15 out of 10.
15 out of 10. 15 out of 10. I give it a 15 out of 10.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet, literally do yourself a favor and watch it. You will love it. It has something for everybody.
It does.
Like, that's the cool thing about it. So I mean, watch the movie and you'll find something that you like about it. So definitely give it a chance.
Right.
If you haven't seen it yet, and if you have seen it, go watch it again because it's awesome.
So, on that note, thank you all so much for watching this review. Let us know what you thought of Guardians of the Galaxy in the comments down below. And we will be doing more movie reviews in the future as part of our New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I actually have a resolution this year. Woohoo!
That we can actually keep. That's the thing. We might be actually.
Yeah.
But knowing how we operate, we might get like 2 weeks in, like, this is too much work.
Yeah.
So let us know what you thought of Guardians of the Galaxy in the comments down below. And, I don't know. Shut up, phone! Shut up! And let us know what movies you think we should review in the comments down below as well.
And we'll review anything. Like it has not to be a new movie. It can be something that came out 10, 20 years ago. We'll still talk about it as long as we've seen it.
And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, please leave a rating and consider subscribing. And we will see you in the next one, in the next video, podcast, whatever we do next. So, see ya. Unless you have any final words, Alex. No?
Nope, I got nothing.
Alright. Peace.